Hey, what's up everyone? The world news just keeps rolling in regarding various topics including earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and nuclear deals, nuclear talks, and all the unrest in the Middle East and everything. But this time my topic of this video is apparently the news that I just received that China, Japan, and South Korea agree on North Korea nuclear action. So that was one of the key announcements that everyone was waiting on, that all the countries, including the United States, were waiting on. They were all waiting on the announcement of nuclear action by these nations, and apparently China, Japan, South Korea, and North Korea agree to take nuclear action right now. So in the first trilateral talks since the year 2015, the leaders of China, Japan, and South Korea sent a powerful message of unity in the push to get North Korea to give up its nuclear weapons. Trade deals were also on the table. The only difference in this particular meeting is the talks included North Korea, which is unprecedented and obviously has never happened before. So China, Japan, and South Korea agreed this Wednesday to work together to get North Korea to give up its nuclear weapons. So we'll see how that goes. Right now, this is just talks, obviously. But it is a large step towards denuclearization. I don't know what else they have in mind or what else they have planned, but the trilateral summit in Tokyo also saw Japanese Prime Minister and South Korean President, as well as the Chinese Premier leader, discussing regional free trade agreements. Moon briefed his counterparts on April 27th at the summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. In his opening remarks, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe lauded the efforts of China and South Korea to get North Korea to the negotiating table. Using this momentum, we should carry on our work to push for the full, verifiable, and irreversible abolishment of North Korea's weapons of mass destruction and every type of ballistic missile, Abe said. So we'll see how this goes, but the rest of the news here goes on to state, Abe also said that his country would normalize ties with North Korea if the nuclear and missile issues, along with that of the abduction of the Japanese citizens, were solved comprehensively. North Korea has admitted to kidnapping 13 Japanese citizens decades ago to train as spies. 5 have returned to Japan. A Japanese official also told and said that the leaders had agreed to work toward a free trade pact among themselves, and they promised regional comprehensive economic partnership with Southeastern Asian nations. So this is ping pong diplomacy, Korean style. Whoops. Historic diplomacy is the topic. The talks come at a crucial time for the Korean Peninsula, amid a flurry of diplomacy. Firstly, they are sandwiched between the Inter-Korean Summit and a planned meeting between the U.S. President Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un. So the summit is expected to be either in May or June, so we'll see when that happens with the Israeli talks that have been discussed, with the new embassy being built in Israel on May 14th to commemorate and commence the 70th anniversary of the 70 years of Israel officially being reestablished as a nation. They are going to rebuild the embassy there and officialize the capital of Israel being Jerusalem, and creating a new town that Netanyahu wants to create called Trump Town in Israel. So we'll see how that goes, as well as President Trump's meeting with Kim Jong-un of North Korea, and we'll see how the talks with Benjamin Netanyahu go in Israel. So I'll share on that as it takes place as well. But the first summit between the two countries, the United States and Kim Jong-un of North Korea, is almost 3 years, also in almost 3 years, came after Kim made an unexpected visit to China's northern port city of Dalian for his first talks with the Chinese president. So he made an unexpected visit yesterday. As you remember, I made a video on that, you might remember, regarding his unexpected visit. So they also took place on the same day that U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo flew to Pyongyang on an unexpected visit to prepare for those looming U.S.-North Korea talks. And it is stated that Mike Pompeo will go and talk with them again. As you can see here, it says that U.S. President Donald Trump says Secretary of State Pompeo will be returning from North Korea with 3 American detainees who seem to be in good health. So that's some good news as well. So these are some other news sources. You can check this out on the Google News feed. So I just wanted to give you the latest on China, Japan, South Korea, and North Korea agreeing on nuclear action. I would also like to report an article that was posted on May 4th, 2018. Israeli official says Israel should welcome the Trump peace plan. If you have followed some of the news regarding President Trump and some peace plans that he had written out, he had what some parts of some leaders in Israel and the area of Palestine stated. Some of the officials there stated that it was a very reasonable deal. I mean, it was a very good deal, and when during the first part of his presidency, he stated that he had some very, very, what he believed to be very good agreements, peace or whatever, between Israel and Palestine that he thinks would benefit both of them. But I mean, as you know, prophetically, a lot of stuff is going to happen. So there's no real true peace that, I mean, because prophetically it pretty much states that. So it's just like a false sense or a false piece of, I mean, you get the point. It's if you know prophecy, then you know what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to share this article that, I mean, I don't know why people can't get along anyway. It doesn't make sense. All of that fighting and all that junk, it's crazy. Anyway, Israeli official actually says that Israel should welcome Trump's peace plan. And he's had a peace plan for a long time, but no one would listen, apparently. And after reviewing it, this is what was stated on May 4th. A top Israel official said on Monday that his government has never had a more favorable ally in the White House than Donald Trump, and therefore it should welcome his administration's forthcoming peace plan regardless of its content. Now, also, Donald Trump's son-in-law, his daughter's husband, is also Jewish, so Donald Trump has a very close relationship with the Jewish people, and respects their land and their holy land and their place, he states, very strongly, and their people. So we'll see how that goes. And we'll also see how this May 14th date goes. It could be prophetic with the 70th year and 70-year anniversary, 70th year, and rebuilding building an embassy there and making Trump Town. So that's kind of interesting. But the Deputy Ministry, Michael Oren, the Deputy Ministry for Diplomacy in the Prime Minister's office, said the U.S. President's much-anticipated plan will undoubtedly require Israeli concessions, but that Israel would be foolish to reject it. He stated the following as well: I have never known a team to be more favorably disposed of us. Oren, a former Israeli ambassador to Washington, told foreign journalists the following: my own feeling is to strongly recommend that the Israeli government accept this plan with an open mind, if not open arms, that we engage with it energetically and that we certainly don't reject it out of hand. Trump has promised to pursue the quote-unquote ultimate deal between Israelis and Palestinians, and both sides are stated to be eager to see what his plan entails. So that's the latest news regarding not only the meetings between President Trump and North Korea, but also with Kim Jong-un, but also how China, Japan, and North and South Korea are having this historic meeting right now for denuclearization, their first step toward denuclearization, and in North Korea, in the Korean Peninsula. And also the latest news regarding the Israeli officials. And now Israel has been being attacked, and they are attacking vice versa the surrounding countries. Syria near Damascus, and it was in the headlines this morning and earlier. They attacked near Damascus, and Syria is vowing retaliation, and Israel says that Iran had better not attack through Syria and their weapons, but they have apparently. So Israel has threatened to attack Iran and possibly kill Assad if these actions are persist further. And they also have stated now, so Syria and Iran are vowing to attack Israel and vice versa. So, and then you have several attacks coming from various countries, really. So I'll keep you updated on all of it. I will follow it because I do follow that news quite often. But this is the latest, also involving the Israeli and Palestinian peace plan proposed by President Donald Trump. So I do know there's never going to be true peace in this world under human rule. There's always false peace, and there's always some sort of something. But prophetically, you know what I'm talking about. And assuming if this is prophecy, then we see things playing out the way they are with the tensions in the Middle East. But we'll have to watch it, and I'll have to watch it as it moves on. But I'll give you the progression of news regarding the North Korean and how the North Korea deal and how denuclearization is taking place, the meeting of those leaders, and the peace plan presented by President Trump with Israeli officials. This was reported before the Middle East went into chaos because of the pulling out of the Iran nuclear deal by the U.S., but France and England and Germany and several other surrounding nations of the EU, European nations, state that they will still stay in the Iran nuclear deal. So we'll see how that goes. I'll give you the latest. I don't know how that's going to work, but they say it's possible to stay in it regardless of the fact that we pulled out of it. So I will give you the latest on that. That's just some of the news regarding various things taking place in this world. So I don't want to make the video go on any longer. Probably already gone on too long, but I might make a separate video regarding this particular news article with the Israeli-Palestinian peace plan proposed by President Trump back on May 4th. This was posted, so by a top Israeli official. So I'll be sharing more in the future regarding all of those news headlines that I discussed in this video. So peace and much love. Stay safe as possible, and I'll bring you more news later.